Okay, now that we got everything here kind of sort of mounted out just to do a dry fit, we're going to go ahead and take it off, and we're going to do final pretty much JB welding this side as well to see how this one guys looks. So let's go and take everything back off, reverse all the whole process here. Let's go and reverse this guy here, take him off. Now it looks like he doesn't want to come off with this guy, so let's try to get him off with this guy. That way we'll keep this guy on there, then we'll ask, hey, where's our little adapter again? But let's go ahead and take that off right now. 14 millimeter lefty loosey, and then what we could do is see that I don't want to put too much pressure. You see this thing started gapping already. All right, so there we go. Try to get off with it. All right, there it goes, coming off with it. Oh, this guy's gonna drop. Okay, put you guys here for a second. Oh. Squeeze itself out of the bag here. I locked this guy pretty much in a good. There we go. Alright, so we're carrying both these guys over. Put this temporary here, kind of away for a second while we get everything established first. We'll go put the mirror in here as well. Go ahead and unscrew this guy, let his adapter fall a little bit flexible. There we go. Let's go and start unscrewing this one. Unscrewing down and get our Allen socket for the rest of them as well. So we're just going to reverse everything back. I guess we could tilt this way. Get this guy back out of there. See, there's only a few threads that really stays in there. And that's the thing we're hoping to do with this one too. This thing actually might fit through it as long as we have a little bit. We'll use a brand new plastic clip so it can actually teeth in a little bit better. Come on out, see? There he is. Just took a nosedive on me. Alright, then just gonna take this one back out. We'll take this plastic off once we actually inspect everything in here first. Just gonna tilt this guy this way. Get him as well off. You can see it's really nice and tight. This size is very impressive. Not sure why, but that's okay. Quick fix. We'll just put a little dap of our Gorilla Super Glue again. So that's good. We didn't have to use that adapter. See me back everything out here. I might even turn the scooter the other way. That way more sunlight might face us. So it might be a better thing for us to do that way. But let's just go and get these guys unscrewed first. Underneath. Got one more here as well. Now that we know this fits pretty darn good. I probably would leave it overnight to see if it cracks anywhere else, but I think we should be okay. You can see how much pressure relieves the stuff when I move this back down. There we go. Should be coming shortly off. Gotta gather them now before I forget them. Okay, last one here. There we go, look at that. It's like, oh, I can breathe now. See this one there? Dries in perfectly. See where its plastic male connector is, so it just drove right in the center of it. Oh, fell off. It's fine. Okay, let's go and lift this guy off. Straight up. This whole front is coming off. Yep, and we'll probably do a little dab or something like that. It's not a big deal. You know, little nicks here and there like that. That should be able, we can repair it. But in the meantime, let's put it somewhere so we won't crush it. I don't really trust this, so I need to put it in a cloth material. I'll put it here in my trusty washer area for a second here. Okay, let's take the other one off as well. We'll get that one squared away. Should have brought my other bag back in. That's fine. Oh, you know what? I can use this box here. This is pretty strong box. I can put things in there to protect it. Very sturdy. So let's put our plastic covering in here. Let's see if I can wedge the other side open. I can't. But I can fit this guy in there. which is fine by me. There we go. He's wedged in there. Make sure he lays in a position. He doesn't actually crack on his own too darn easy. Okay, even cardboard can scratch these things. That's how freaking light they are. So I gotta be really cautious of it. So he's in there, which is kind of nice. Okay, let's go ahead, and since these guys are two-piece jointed already, the only way to take them off is to actually screw them back off now. There's no more taking it off in half right here in the middle like we used to. That was a pretty good experience. So you can see here, you can almost see through it where the bond is. See that? You can almost see there's a light film. I think the super glue is the one that's actually filling in the gap. But as far as I know, I think it's pretty strong still because I was able to flex it. So everything is just pretty much held by the super glue. So hopefully when we sand it, we get the surface of the super glue and not inside of it. So we'll sand it once we take it all out. We'll wet sand it. I guess I don't know about the wet sanding part, but we'll do it. We'll wet sand it a little bit just in the area. You know, we're not gonna sand the whole thing down or anything like that. We're not trying to repaint the whole thing. Just sort of a touch-up setup. Okay, this might fall or not, which is good by me. I'll put it in my pocket. Temporary hold there. Oh, in fact, we got these guys too, so we'll monitor those guys. It looks like there's going to be about maybe 6 fatties and 2 of the skinny ones for this whole harness setup here. I believe these guys are fatties too, even though they might not need to be, but they are. Let's see. Yeah. See how that kind of bulges and stretches to fit the fatty in there? If we could have got a skinny one in there when it was first done, that would have been okay too by me. Oh, by the way, let's see how much again we can flex again. So we know we can tilt this a little bit more back. You can see how this one right here is almost aligned with this guy, right? That's how we can actually tell. Maybe this is the way to do it. See how this one is? It's aligned right here with the brake caliper. So we don't remove the brake caliper. We can use that as a reference to how much further back it can go. You can see there. This is straight up on that one. You can look at this one here, straight up. You can see how this front brake is, and look how much further back it went all the way over here. See, this is really ideally where we want. So we can move this further back. I don't think it'll cause a problem with our holder there. I think just a slightly tilted back, maybe just a millimeter tilted back will throw off our nice mirror angle to be a little bit pushed back for us. So I think it'll be perfect. And then I think it's going to be very simpler. We can pre-drill the tooth this time a little bit downward. So that would be what we're kind of aiming for. So let's go and take out the other screw. The other 2 screw right below there. We're going to need probably a longer Phillips. So we have to get this bushing right here. This one was the harder to get to because the hydraulic brake cable was blocking it somewhat. But we'll see. We'll see after this one's done. There we go. Take this guy off. Put him in my pocket. Alright, so we're going to the lower level. This one's easy to access. He's still right there. So it's not too hard to find. I took a little, I guess, Advil earlier, so that kind of helped me. And with the injections I had almost, what, a month now? Or 2 months now? It's been pretty good. I guess a little Advil does go a long way. You can see my breathing is not so heavy. It's not because I'm tired or I'm out of breath. It's just, I don't know. It's like, it feels a little pinchy nerve pain. So I can enjoy doing this much more like to. Okay, so we got all that there. So this is the last one here. I'm going to try to see if I can fit this guy in there. Yeah, I can actually. There we go. I'm going to turn him straight up. Don't want to crooked him too much. Okay, he's turning. It looks like he's pushing the plastic downward as he's turned because there's really not much to push upward. Okay, see there? He's pushing the last bit of him up here kind of downward. Okay, I think it's already spinned off here. Just got to see if I can unlatch him. Oh, there we go. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? 1, 2, 3. I fell. Oh, look at that. Look what else broke underneath there. That's probably where it went. We didn't see it. See that? I kid you not. Everything in little parts of here and there keeps breaking. That's why I want to get this on fast as soon as possible, so we don't run into any brake joints. But yeah, that screw is probably somewhere around here. You know what's funny though? Once I start cleaning and actually using the dryer or blower, I start seeing it lift off the ground, like magically appear somewhere. But we heard it looked like it landed on plastic and not the cement, right? But let's see. Oh, look, it landed all over there. Look at that. See it? I can see it. Now I'm going to remove this plastic too. So let me see if I can get into it. Probably have to get through here. My hands probably can go all the way down. Try to reach for it. If I can reach the star. Okay, there we go. I brought it. This gotta have been from this guy right here. Check him out. Look at that. There he is, right there. It's like a perfect piece too. I'm sorry. Look at that. Exactly right there. So when we take him out, we'll super glue him. And he would have another one here too. Maybe it fell somewhere, but yeah. Look, I didn't see him earlier. Huh? Where was he? All right, so there we go. Put these guys safely here. All the little broken pieces. That always keeps coming up. So put that in there, still fresh cut. We don't want to get dirty. All right, let's go ahead and prepare to fill a slot for these guys here. They play also an important role. I'm not sure this, oh, this came from the back there. These guys right here and these guys, they're for our tail plastic right here, which we'll work on. You can notice I put that guy way back because it looks like we're not gonna waste our time having it hang around while we're not even targeting the back yet. So we'll work on getting all the front squared away. Okay, so let me go and put this guy, move them out of the way, get them in here. Let me go and get my little magnet. Now these bolts must be some sort of steel a little bit or metal. I think they probably withered rust if they haven't had anything to coat them with. So this is what this guy is for. Totally made for this kind of fishing metal there. Hopefully they don't land on any other surface. There we go. Okay, let's see. You guys see him? Look at him. He says hanging out there, right there in the corner, really pretty. Rolled off. Got him. Come on, where are you? There you go. Look at that. He thought he can run, but he cannot hide. There he is. All right, so we got him fished out. Let's go and prepare everything else on these bad boys. We're gonna get their proper Allen. It takes a H5 Allen and also an H4. Okay, we're gonna need one small tie strap. Put it all the way. Oh, pull the bag out so far. This is where I put all the brake accessories and stuff like that. So if we ever want to work on our brakes or something, and put this guy back in. We'll have that ready to go for our brakes shebang. Put that in here. Okay. Let's go and bring our socket driver. And we're going to probably want to just get extension just to make sure we have clearance. Didn't know we needed it last time, but oh, there's our tie strap again. We'll need something to pull it and cut it. So we'll need our cutter. We'll need our H4 and H5. Those two amigos together. H4 and H5. H5 is pretty much from holding our brake, which is a little bit bigger, and then H4 is holding our controllers there. So our brake lever is going to be removed by the H5. Here's our extension, and let's get started. Put these guys here for a second. We'll bring this to the other side because we probably will start tie strapping it right away. Get that out open, cleared. We gotta fix that soon. So, oh, still have this guy hanging out here, so he's done his job. Imagine if he didn't come packed, it would be a waste. Shame. Look how small it gets into a little handheld. All these are very useful tools. Okay, so I'm going to bring a chair here to sit comfortably. You know what we got to do? Maybe prepare our JB weld as well. But we could probably reuse. I really felt so bad throwing that guy away really quickly. Oh, here's another pizza. We can just use this right here. We'll use an old tie strap. Had pizza last night. It was delicious. Little Caesars. They got this new one with the chicken bacon ranch. I love their thin crust. That's the one that I really go with. A lot of people say it's salty, but for me, I think it's all that pepperoni, but it's so worth it. I think I think it's made right, because I really don't like a lot of dough. I like thin crust pizza. Sometimes I like dough. It just depends. But for the most part, I like it just thin. Okay, let's go ahead and put this guy on there with our extension here, which is kind of jagged in my pocket here. I have to sit upright again. That's why you don't want to put sharp things in your pocket, especially if you're a guy with genital to worry about. Oh, I just lost some screws. There we go. There we go. I still had it in my pocket, so I better start putting them in the right spot. That's why you gotta get one of these little cardboards too, to put all your screws when you're taking your screw apart. It's so much easier to troubleshoot that way. Or even after a year later, you'll start finding out things like, what's this part for? I don't know why I had this part. Sort of get a little bit amnesia. Did we brought the extension with us? Huh, I believe we might. There it is. Backtracked on me. Okay, so let's get started. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the handlebar setup here. All right, so here we go. Let's put this guy here. All right. Again, we're just using this again when we mix our JB weld for the other side, but we need to pre-drill even the other side yet. We'll just use the drill bit only. Get them a little bit larger. So I guess this mistake here gave us a lesson of angling it, so we can actually use to adjust it, which is kind of works out well for our advantage. Now, again, how we're going to take this off? This should officially come off by now. So let's see here. Looks like we have to take a little squeeze or a nose dive in one angle maybe. Or maybe better, take this guy off first. But see, this kind of a weird interlock system. So let's see which one's less minimal damage. I think we take the Allen bolts of this guy first, break him off. This guy can lift off more freely. He doesn't have to break sort of in the way of him. So why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and take out what's known first. Keep our tie strap in here for a second. I'm not sure we need this guy for a while, 14 millimeters. Just to really bolt these guys on, really. So we'll take that out. We already have the mirror in place. I want to see what the result looks like on our JB weld. Now we're gonna have to go and blue Loctite this, which I kind of regret wasting our last bit, but he served his point. Here we go. Just gotta unloosen them equally. Get this guy unloosed, the other one unloosed too as well. Feels really tight. It's only because the washer, and I was wondering, this still has washer in there. How come it still didn't, grip it snugly? Because I think what it is using that, like I said, the wiring harness sort of as a thicken to put more pressure on this plastic to close a little bit more tighter on the bar. So I guess this guy uses the washer. So there we go. We loosen him almost out. We gotta take it completely out because we're gonna re-put blue Loctite on them. And while this one's gonna have JB weld, we're gonna start, wet sanding this down and pretty much have it painted. Clean up the surface, have it get ready for paint, which hopefully we'll get all done today, and then let it, by the time JB weld cure, we'll put this one back on and he's set to go. I think the other one dries pretty fast too, Crayola. Looks like they're pretty good. We're trying a different type, not the enamel one. This is like primer and paint. I figure we'll target that, and then we'll put a little dabble to get all these little small areas that are still showing exposed metal scrape. I think with anything with paint covering it versus just raw open air oxidation. Okay, so there we go. Gonna take off this plate here if I can. Still got a few more screws. You can see here, blue Loctite, so many. The new one did this one right here. He's an amateur. He doesn't know how to be conservative. So there we go. Let me put this on this towel here. It's got quite a bit. All right. Okay. Get this socket next. We're going to be unbolting. Okay, so let's lift this guy up. So let's see if we can free the plastic here. Okay, so let's see what we can do. We lift him up. There we go. You're free to go anywhere you want. But he's not entirely free yet. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to kind of lean him this way. I hate to lean him like this way. Try to lean him upright, you know. But he shouldn't spill out, so we can always test that too to make sure if he does spill out, then we know. Okay, so let's see if we can turn this somewhat. See, every little bit of turn puts a lot more pressure. Oh, look at that, I'm ripping this actually. Yeah, that's fine. Well, that's not that fine, but yeah, you can see there it's coming apart on the bottom one. So the bottom one didn't have enough super glue to really stay on the surface. But we can make it more happen because once we take this completely off, we will. So I hate to take this off because I need to see where this is going to be mounted to. Unfortunately, let's see what I can do. I can't take this the whole back plate unless I take this. They're like interlocking, forcing me to take things off, you know. So that sucks. So anyway, this is starting to crack, which is normal for it too because it didn't have that much super glue to overlap it. This is the one that I felt the uneven bounce or bell. So what we'll do is if it does kind of crack, we'll do our best. But we definitely don't want to move anymore because it looked like it's going to split. And if it splits, then it's going to make this whole connection here kind of weaker. Or is weaker even a word? So what we're going to try to do is we'll leave it right now alone until we get ready to move all this out, and then we'll try to take it fully. Then we can touch this guy up on some more super glue, which I didn't want to actually work on super glue today. I thought it was already finalized, but anyway, that's fine. We got to do what we got to do. So let's go and take this guy off right here. So this is going to change our socket. We're going from an H5 to an H4 now. So H5, H4, because that's where our Allen are set up by design. Now my charger here might have an issue because the anchor wire, again, I like to go with genuine. Like I said, these USB wires here, I'll take it off so you guys can see it. See that right there? That's Anchor brand. Unfortunately, they don't make the wires that good. Even their braided one, it's good quality, but it's so heavy. Let's see if I can get a light. That's just horrible resolution, period. Oh, it didn't have the Anchor logo, but this is the Anchor one, by the way. But yeah, you can see it starts ripping, and now it's creating intermittent charging. So even though the battery bank is solid, their wires are cheap that comes with it. So you might as well just try and use your OEM one. Samsung makes theirs wired. I never had any problem with Samsung cable. I only have problems with other people's adapter. I hate using cheap adapters because they never charge properly. So you're sitting there having your phone sit on their charger for an hour and it barely charges 2%, and you're like, what the heck? You know, normally 30 minutes you got about 95% charged already on a, you know, Samsung's original fast charger. So that sucks when you put on these little intermittent charging. So it's like you're better off trying to charge on your laptop or something. Okay, so let's tilt this way. There's no need for me to struggle. Bring it this way now. I gotta be careful where I put this pressure. It looks like it's putting pressure on this guy too as well. So let's go ahead and get this guy unbounded. And we're gonna see what's happening. Now I should have tilted the other way, but unfortunately just bear with me here. Hopefully you guys will start seeing the light of it. In fact, here, let me try to mount it backwards here on this chair. That way this chair can take a view and I can prepare to have two hands free to hold this guy. If I come from this angle, you guys could probably see it much more better. Let me put the charger back on. I think that's probably what's causing the low light to display on my end. You guys won't notice it, but if it's low ladder, it goes into conservative mode where I can't see what I'm recording. It's kind of dim for me, but then you guys can see just fine. Alright, I think this is good. Let me see if I can get the light resolution better. As long as the There you go. I know, black on black. And we might even dab this a little bit too to get it out of the way. All right, there we go. Then back this out. The idea is to get this guy off in one piece. We don't want to undo all our super glue work there. So if we need to, we'll super glue him again for another night. And then sanding him down and give him a quick spray, letting him rest for an hour before we assemble him shouldn't be that big of a deal. That'll probably be all done within 24 hours. Alright, so he's pretty much almost loosened all the way. I'm going to unscrew this guy here. Now you can see even when I unscrew this guy might not come off still, which is fine. We're not really targeting him too much. You can see some of the... It might be even being cross-thread as far as... Because every time it looks like I'm backing him off, he looks like he's dancing. He's not trying to pull himself all the way out, even though he's supposed to back up by now. So let me see what's going on here. He might be stuck on its own setup here. In fact, I think he is actually. I think the bolt's actually coming off with him. It's a little scary. We might actually get another challenge on our hands. So what I'm going to do is take a flat side to it. And as I'm backing by, I'm applying some pressure so he comes off. There we go. Yeah, I think this guy is actually stuck in there. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks like he's spinning off that little ramp thing. That's not really what we wanted, so I'm going to keep him closed up while I try to spin him off. Okay, there we go. That's coming loose. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Now I created another monster. See, now it's super loose. Now, see, now it has slack again. So I might reverse all our effort there. Yeah, this guy's not wanting to back out because I think his thread is probably stripped from the other end. So it's not gripping as it should. And that's really not a good thing. So that's another one we might have to JB weld back into place. I think we backed him up so many times. Now he's good to go here. So let me see if I can get this all the way completely off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pull him forward. Let's see what happens. See, if I pull him forward, he's still not letting go. So he looks like he does want to have his other thread back there, but he's not wanting me to take them all out. So it's like I'm stuck in the middle of him. He's just spinning freely, he's not gripping. There might be another thread on this other end or something, but we need to get him to come out. So I'm trying to pull apart a little bit, or putting some more pressure on the back end here, so he can, right there, he's driving himself out. There we go. I got my finger in it, sort of like pulling a clam. Or, there we go. Look at that. See? That's what I was afraid of. You can see it's actually got his whole little screw area here digged out from this guy, and this one here is supposed to have a hexagon. So yeah, we're gonna have some trouble here getting this guy securely mounted now because his hexagon, either this guy broke off or we could super glue it. I know super glue is everything, right? We can try that when we put this guy back in here, get him off of this first. We could try super glue him. Now you notice here, I want to show you what we're looking at here, how it filled in or what it filled in. Oh well, you guys can see it right there. I'm going to turn it. Look at that. There you go, look at that. So it didn't do the cleanest job, We have bits and pieces I could probably flake off. See that? So it kind of gave us a little fill-in, or a little idea what it was trying to do. So we can probably layer with one more when we do our JB weld again. We'll touch up an area where it's supposed to fill. We'll leave this tooth right here because this is probably the tooth that actually is supposed to have it sealed. And then with this guy here, we could probably, once we put him back in, or here, it's actually, see, this guy's fine. He's in where he's supposed to be in. But it's this guy here I'm worried about. He kind of didn't take shape for us back anymore. So I need to, oh, sorry. See this guy right here I'm worried about. He didn't take shape back for us anymore. You see where the tie strap here, it used to tie this little plastic piece here. So we'll continue his legacy and try to tie him back as well. And then we'll put the inserts here that we got from this guy's in. We need to actually hold this guy down while backing his Allen up. So let's do that here. Let me see if it's actual, let me see if this guy's actual inserts is the same as with my socket here I can drive out. So I'm holding my Allen here, holding my H4, and see here, this is his back brace here where he was supposed to pull correctly. So he's not doing that for me here. So let me go and find the right socket. I think there might be a H6 or something. So I might have it. Let's see. I got two things to drive now. Let's see if this H6 will work. Too big. Slightly too big. Or what I could do is just grip it. I have to grip it with a pair of pliers. See here, there's a plier. And maybe we can fill them with JB Weld. That or super glue, I'm not sure which one will work best. JB Weld doesn't really bond to plastic too well, that's what I'm afraid of. But I know super glue will. But then again, this is also metal too, so. There we go. Get the resolution on this guy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is probably hold them in a square. Be careful not to crush them. Gotta get this a little bit more tightened. Again, careful not to crush it. There we go. This should hold it down firmly. Well, so we can back up our Allen here. And let me get this out of the way so we don't scratch or make any more damage here in this area. Pull this guy back a little bit. Alright, so here we go. We got this securely here.